failure. We're taught to avoid it at all costs. But what if our biggest setbacks are actually disguised opportunities? Today, we're exploring how some spectacular failures led to even more spectacular successes.
That's such an intriguing way to look at it. You know, I've been thinking about how some of the world's greatest innovations came from what seemed like total disasters at first.
Well, I have a pretty embarrassing story about this. Picture this. I'm standing in front of this huge potential client giving what I thought would be a career-making presentation when suddenly, complete technological meltdown.
Oh no, what happened next?
My laptop died right in the middle of my carefully rehearsed pitch, and instead of handling it gracefully, I just completely froze. The room went so quiet you could hear people shifting uncomfortably in their seats.
That must have been absolutely mortifying. How did you recover from that?
Well, here's the interesting part. I didn't, at least not in that moment. The meeting ended awkwardly, we lost the deal, and I was convinced my career was over, but that failure forced me to confront something important.
What was the revelation?
I realized I wasn't actually a presenter. I was just someone who could read slides. You know, according to presentation experts, about 85% of professionals rely too heavily on visual aids during presentations.
That's such an eye-opening statistic. So, what did you do to address this?
I made what felt like a radical decision at the time. Invested 6 months working with a public speaking coach. Studies show that people retain only 10% of what they see on slides, but up to 70% of information delivered through storytelling.
Those numbers really put it in perspective. How did this transformation play out?
Well, 8 months later, I got another shot with that same client. It's like this time I walked in with no slides, no laptop, just my preparation and confidence. And you know what? We landed a contract worth 3 times the original proposal.
That's incredible. You know, this reminds me of my own failure to success story from my college days. I was convinced I'd ruined my career before it even started.
Oh, please share. What happened?
So I had my heart set on this prestigious internship that typically accepts less than 2% of applicants. I was so confident I'd get it, I made the classic mistake of not applying anywhere else.
Let me guess. Things didn't quite go according to that perfect plan.
Not even close. I ended up at this tiny tech startup. We're talking 5 people in a converted garage. But here's the interesting part. According to industry studies, employees at startups gain 30% more diverse skill experience in their first year compared to those at large corporations.
That's fascinating. How did that play out in your experience?
Instead of being one of 200 interns getting coffee, I was doing everything from coding to pitching investors. Research shows that this kind of varied early career experience increases long-term earning potential by up to 50%.
You know what's striking about both our stories? They align perfectly with research showing that 85% of professionals credit their biggest career growth to moments of failure or adversity.
That's exactly right. And studies indicate that entrepreneurs who've experienced previous failures are 50% more likely to succeed in their next venture.
The psychology behind this is fascinating too. Research shows that people who view failures as learning opportunities show 23% higher resilience in future challenges.
Well, that certainly matches my experience. Looking back now, would you say you're actually grateful for that initial presentation disaster?
Without a doubt. You know, according to recent studies, 92% of people report that their perceived failures led to unexpected opportunities they wouldn't have discovered otherwise.
That's such a powerful perspective shift. It's not about avoiding failure, it's about being open to where it might lead us.
Exactly. And here's something interesting. Neuroscience research shows that when we reframe failures as learning experiences, we actually create stronger neural pathways for future problem solving.
That's fascinating. Our brains are literally rewiring themselves through these experiences.
And on that note of positive transformation, I think we've come full circle. Sometimes the best thing that can happen is not getting what we thought we wanted.
Because what's waiting around the corner might be even better than what we originally planned.
Thank you all for joining us on this journey through the power of positive failure. Until next time, remember, every setback might just be setting you up for something amazing.